It may be too late, but we should return to base.
But they're not gonna make that easy. And there goes heat. So with that, we need to go back into the menu and put Surf back in the party. I think I can probably afford to put Gale second. But yeah, the reason why I wanted to use Heat for that fight is because, yeah, now we have plenty of time to spotlight Gale as a party member, because we'll have him for this entire, next trek through the dungeon, because, yeah, we now have, another run through the Maribel Base, which some people may not like. It feels, honestly, this does feel slightly filler to me. At the same time, though, you are at least exploring a new portion of it, so it's not a complete rehash of the same dungeon. Yeah, see, this right here, we actually can go through here now. But, this time, this door is locked. So, if you want, you can still save at this save point. Very convenient. However, I recommend you do not use Restore here. I'll explain why in a moment. Because if we keep looking around here, we have a door we can go through. See this right here? This is a free heal. I'm not sure why it's a free heal. But it is, and nobody even in the game knows why it is a free heal. We also have another Karma Terminal if you want to get some mantras or also save. But from now on, the encounters will not run from you, and oh, that's not a great setup. Because yeah, you're weak to like Panic and Mute, which don't really have skills of, well, that sucks. How do you deal with Force? Oh, okay, actually. There's Fizz Repel, so of course, you know, no physical attacks on these guys now. Taunt plus Shockwave, maybe? Let's see that in action. Okay, that's decent. And I need to put your Devour skills back on. And actually, you need your Devour skills back on. I think I'll keep Hummer for now. I do know that there are some things coming back, and, well, they weren't really good at shutting us in because the switch is right here to open gate number 6. Yeah, you may have remembered that there was a gate number 7 that we never got to go through in our first visit to this dungeon, and that's kind of foreshadowing for this. Ekamadas and Turdak. I mean, I would say Gale hits decently hard with Zanma plus Force Boost, but at the same time, I have my ridiculous Surf. Presence gonna be felt now. If I'm remembering right, this would be 3 people. Who become multiple horses. So yeah, this is the Kelpie spam fight. A lot of people like to get some Devours here if they can get those going, so let's see if we can. Did not quite do that, but maybe we can do it with Argilla. Good. Yeah, if you don't have Miragi by now, Miragi is very useful here. You might have some items that can do it. But yeah, emphasis on Kelpie spam right now. Thankfully, you reset the turn after the reinforcements arrive, so we get to get our press turns back and go for a full-on attack here. Do I have any fire attack items? Molotov. Okay, let's use that. Of course, now I get 2 of them frightened at once. I should have enough press turns to get Gale's Speed Frenzy in, though. Yeah, let's go for Miragi again. Or, you know, that one could die. And more horses! More like half horses, I guess. It's not as disturbing as Managal, but I think it's like half a flying woman from SMT5. Yeah, well, didn't get lucky that time. Argilla's actually getting the lion's share of the Devours here, which is not common. I often get Gale to eat a lot of them. This really adds a new meaning to the phrase, I'm so hungry I could eat a horse, because we are literally eating horses. Please don't get a stomachache. Thank you. Yeah, I like how this one acknowledges that he's the last one left. Yeah, just go for Miragi again. should go down pretty quickly. I also love how Gale's physical attack is, like, just kicking with his spiked, like, his feet are literally, like, spiked heels. I don't know, it always felt like all of these characters, like, Demon Form's physical attacks are really cool. Like, Surf's, like, blades, Argilla's whips, Heat's claws. In general, the demon designs of the party are great. Okay, that was well timed. I could have hit with Surf anyway, but still. Yeah, they didn't really think through the fact they were locking us in the room that had the switch that would let us escape. I forget if this is the way to progress. Oh, hi, double spooky scary skeleton. That just said retreat. It will say quick escape if you use that. So maybe only, like, the character who has that skill has to be the one to initiate the retreat. Aha! It's Nue's again. This time, Nue's are not a... Oh, that's annoying. I can scan with the spyglass, but the fact they just use Force Repel really sucks. Weak to Force and Charm. Okay, then. I don't really think I have any Charm skills. Null, Ice, and Death. And they do have Mudo, though, so you will need to be aware of that. Force Drain. Now they're really just hammering it in. To be honest, I don't even want to bother with this anymore, so I guess I can show off Quick Escape. Yep, there's Quick Escape. It doesn't always work, but it hasn't much. I don't know exactly what the multiplier is on the escape rate with Quick Escape, but it's pretty high compared to a normal run. Once again, I'm not worried about poison outside of battle, because JRPGs just love to give you poison cure items. It's like Poison Cure Berry in Pokemon Gold and Silver. And this would be Code Cell. Yeah, a lot of these just contain either cells or ammo, but the cells are really worth it, as you've probably already been able to see by now. Very worth it. Oh, hi, Yellow Barrier. We'll be getting the Yellow Key actually relatively soon. Just not in this dungeon. This, I believe, just links up to before, so not really sure what the point of that... Oh, it was the cell. That was the point of that detour. Am I going to actually get a... Nope. And they use the Force Drain again. I don't often say this, but freaking seagulls... And that is right there the problem with Feed Frenzy, because sometimes you end up, it just all the hits go into the thing that isn't frightened. That's why single target hunt skills can still be useful. There are more reliable AoE hunt skills. The other one's going to use Force, Repel, or Drain, isn't it? No, okay. Thankfully I didn't eat my words there and have an even worse outcome with Argilla just, like, dying. Oh, I wanted to use Shockwave. But speaking of Shockwave, we have Gale's first level up. Yeah, he usually gains strength and magic. His stats are pretty balanced all round, except his luck is bad. The funny thing about that is him having bad luck is actually an advantage in a lot of cases. Destun. I mean, sometimes I need that. But yeah, having low luck means you're more likely to be inflicted with ailments, and there's a certain skill later on that requires you to have an ailment, specifically sleep, for it to function. So, Gale is favored in the super boss fight just because he has the worst luck of the party. Him and one other person for another reason. And the reason is the same, it's just how they get there is different. The reason is they're the most likely party members to fall asleep. Yeah, it's a strange thing, but if you know the super boss, you know. You want to fall asleep in that fight. Everything is just going first today. So, like, it's funny, like, there are skills, I think, in Persona that let you break elemental walls that I never really use that much, and they would actually be really useful in this game. Because if those things go first and use their force shields, there's, like, nothing you can really do. I mean, on the other hand, they are pretty weak if you actually do catch them without their shields up, because then, you know, they just die to force. Hi, Multi-Succubi. Yeah, we've established before they don't have access to Mazio because nobody else has ice. Should probably get somebody else with ice just to show that off. How do you guys feel about force? Sometimes I forget the enemies like resistances unless they're like, you know, very, very much, you know, relevant. Wow, only 5. And that is definitely a showing that I should be able to devour it easily. Just not with Devil Feast. It's not often you see Succubi being weak to Zeo, though. Oh, hey, you got 2 of them. I love how that animation looks if you eat 2 things at once. I am so glad that I still have press turn and that enemy survived, though, because let's just use some Pepto-Bismol. Or in my case, I had something when I had a stomach ache called Iberogast. Okay, nobody got charmed, which is good. Getting pretty lucky with Charm in this run so far, because Charm is, it's generally as bad as it is in most SMT games. Charm is generally one of the worst status ailments out there, just because it lets you potentially buff or heal the enemy, which is always annoying. I want to say this ladder is optional, but I've been bad at guessing the correct path in the past. Yeah, definitely optional, okay. This could be an ambush. It was not. Quantum Cell! That just makes me think of Quantum of Solace, which is not an amazing film. Apparently that suffered from, like, writer's strikes. When I watched that film, it's the second Daniel Craig James Bond, for those who don't know. When I watched that film for the first time, I just kind of felt like... Okay, finally you guys didn't go first. I just kind of felt like it suffered from... It just felt like a disjointed series of action scenes rather than a coherent, full-on plot, basically. Okay, we had a weakness for each one of them in turn. That's fun. Let's try Shockwave. And let's try Devour. Please have something. Oh, speaking of which, yeah, earlier that cutscene with Argilla is one of the most infamous cutscenes in the game because it has so much focus on her mouth boobs. Like, there's a full-on shot. Like, there was once a speedrun that decided to show off that cutscene just because, even though it is a skippable cutscene, unlike a lot of other ones. So we're just below the field hunt. In fact, the field hunt may have respawned. In fact, it probably has respawned. We can head up here and... Oh, right, I remember this. You're actually not supposed to do that. Because I was like, wait a minute. It's a little suspicious that the door is right there, right? Well, the game developers thought that too. Well, what I mean by the door being right there is that it's unlocked. Like, you'd think this would be locked, but you'll see. You'll see. Ah, dang it. Yeah, that was bound to happen at some point. So, as you can see there, Surf's armor points are grayed out. He doesn't gain anything, and I have to cure his ache now. It's just a part of the risk versus reward of the Devour system. Honestly, I don't actually find it to be that bad. Yeah, here we go. If you try and go approach the door, they shut off the switch. And so now we have to double back and hit that switch, but conveniently they put a save point here, and you know what that means, we've got another mid-boss coming up. And now we have the sequel to Kelpie Spam. No dialogue too, wow. Nue Spam, or rather Seagull Spam. So this fight is kind of interesting because you need to balance between Gale using Force skills for their weakness and using Void Death. Why? Well, in my practice playthrough, I found out the hard way that these things can actually use Mamudo on as a combo skill. I did not know they could do that, and that surprised me. So, yeah. Having Force on other characters might also be useful, but I kind of want to go for Shockwave here. It's a bit of a risk. Okay, none of them died. That could be really bad. Okay, Mazan again is gonna actually, yeah, that's unfortunate. Oh, I can Devil Feast you. So we don't even need to worry about, potential of death. I'm gonna use Void Death anyway, though. Just in case. Nope, just a regular old seagull attack, even though you look more like a tiger. No, I guess I can Feed Frenzy, though. That didn't even do it. Okay, will this do it? There we go. If that didn't do it, I would have been pretty annoyed. And 3 more Nues. And we use Zan again. We're going to go through this without even seeing them use the Mudo on combo, because that really surprised me the first time I saw it. I was like, wait, they could do that? Yeah, because just like with the, Seraph lore, enemies have combo skills too. Of course, they can't do it anymore because this one's the only one alive. Okay, that only hit once. Sometimes it only hits once. And more of them, yeah. This fight, definitely, there's a lot of potential AP to be had in this fight. However, you do need to be careful you don't get a stomachache at the very end. Right. Let's attempt to devour that one. And we got it. Oh, crit. Nice. Okay. Yeah, getting a crit on something that's frightened often does give you a lot of damage. I am honestly a little worried about my HP right now. I guess I can try and Zama and see if you die. No! Oh, nice dodge there. He's basically pirouetted in this form. I am gonna actually combo Medea. Even though this costs 2 press turns, just to be fully safe. You're almost certainly dead to this. And now, one final Nue, and yeah, but when there's only one left, it means you've reached the end. Yeah, I don't think I want to actually devour you. Because I don't want to risk any stomachaches this late into it, because let's see how much AP we got out of that. It's probably going to be a lot. Yeah, enough to master Spirit at least, and that gives me Pulimpa, Makajam, Dormina, and Tarukaja. Oh, that was what I wanted, Tarukaja, yeah. Because that's going to combine very well with Taunt. Of course, we just lost our main physical attacker. Because remember that Tarukaja in this game only affects physical, not magic. You need Makakaja for magic, and Makakaja is quite a long way off. Oh, everyone's already fully healed. Okay, so do I want to set any of those things? Because actually, Makajam, yeah, mute. It's weird how it says curse, that's wrong. It should actually be the opposite. It should be like, this. I think this is actually a mistranslation, but it inflicts mute on the enemy. And there's also Dormina, induce sleep, nerve, all. Actually, that's fun. How about, let's get rid of Foul Breath for Dormina, and, Makajam is effective against Succubi, except I also have Hammer, which also is. I do kind of wish buffs and debuffs were grouped under their own category, rather than grouped with the same category as, like, ailments and offensive magic. Tarukaja, I don't think I want that right now. But still, yeah, having Tarukaja is very good. I wanted to get my first buff early, because this is a Shin Megami Tensei game, even if it is a spin-off. It's technically not Shin Megami Tensei in Japan. It was one of those things where they wanted to, like, build up, like, brand awareness, so they specifically branded Persona 3 and 4 and this game as Shin Megami Tensei in the West, whereas they actually weren't in Japan. Okay, now you have access to revival spells. Either go... Oh, wait, this is worth 50,000. Definitely not enough. But yeah, you can see I'm already up to 33k marker at this point, so... Yeah, you get a lot of money, and Rakukaja and Tsukukaja is really good, but I don't really have enough money to afford that right now. Secunda. It's not a bad idea. However, I actually do kind of want Rakam. Although that might change, because we are about to double back and reach the field hunt again, which should have respawned by now. Because, yeah, from here, we actually get back into the main part of the Maribel base. The random encounters will still be stronger, though. Yeah, so let's see, and conveniently, there's actually a save point right in front of the field hunt, so if you want to farm this field hunt, you can do that with the save point. Yeah, plenty of time to spare that time. Okay, I still have some Ice Blast. They drop from enemies, so you'll probably have a decent number of them. I guess I can Devil Feast the most recently frightened one, and then maybe just hope that Feed Frenzy gets the other. No! I did reduce it to red, but it's probably gonna... Nah, it's gonna run, yeah, so only Surf got that. That may be enough to max out Fire Leader, though. It was! Nice! So we get Agilao, Flame Breath, and Fire Repel. I would have really liked Gale to get more an Evil Spirit, though, but that's fine. I'm not gonna, like, fully, like, reset for these field hunts. I'm gonna take what I can get, really. Unless I don't eat any of them, then I'll reset. Now, I believe as well, I don't think there are random encounters in these areas, like the purple field hunt areas. Okay, I have... Miragi's quite good, but I think I'll put Agilao over it for now. Flame Breath is the equivalent to Shockwave, but for fire, so random fire damage to all enemies. A bit more unreliable than Miragi. Generally speaking, once you have Miragi on, you probably shouldn't need to use Flame Breath anymore. Same for Mazanma. Also, if you didn't explore the full Maribel Base earlier, now's your chance to do so, I guess. But from now on, we will have free access to this place, but it will be infested with random encounters forever. That's new, though. Oh, we have Mirage on as a combo. But, yeah, so this is Oncot, and I guess I can Zan with Gale, so let's go ahead and Spyglass the Oncot. Oncot is a cousin of Hanuman, and is weak, and here it is strong against Fizz, weak to Elect, Charm, and Nerve. Okay, so we can put it to sleep and devour it if we want to. This is actually the reason why I was I mistakenly thought that the Yakas were weak to Zeo, because they look pretty similar to that. They look like big versions of this. Although I believe in the in Nocturne, this thing potentially evolves into Hanuman. I think it evolves into Hanuman at least. Again, just the absolute stock seagull noises. For some reason, I was reminded of a minigame in one of the Magic School Bus games that involved protecting a group of crabs from seagulls. Okay, you're like halfway into Evil Spirit Club. Yeah, there are some dungeons in this game that are about as brutal as the Evil Spirit Club in Persona Q, but not entirely. It's really, like, in my view, the worst dungeon in this game is the final one. Oh, right, yeah, they've locked the doors again, so we have to go back up here, I think. And now Oncots are a lot more common. I hope eating, like, full-on raw bones isn't bad for you. I mean, I guess it's not, because we didn't get a stomach ache. I like the animations of Oncot. I almost said Yaka, I almost said Hanuman, and I finally settled on Oncot. My brain took... Oh, they're worth a lot if you devour them. Oh, well, actually, no, wait, I devoured the skull thing as well, so yeah, I got 2 devours there. I kind of hope that I'm going the right direction. Oh, right, yeah, because going this way will get me back towards the, start. Oh, I'm definitely going the right direction because there are those things. Oh, hi, random encounter Tarask. How you doing? You're weak to Zeo, right? Nope, you were the exact opposite of weak to Zeo. I am dumb. I'm pretty sure it was like Earth or something. Earth and maybe Fire. Yeah, you know, I probably should work on getting the next tier of Earth spells for Argilla, if she'll be my main. Wow, okay, yeah. Fire boost Argilau from Surf's magic style on something weak to it. That's a lot of damage. I've actually totally forgotten what this fight was. Oh, it's just a bunch of Oncots. Okay, that's probably why I forgot about it. Oncots that are vulnerable to being frightened, so yeah, Feed Frenzy. Do you like the naming of that skill, Feed Frenzy? I'll try Devour, I guess. Nope, okay. Guess that means more for Gale, but nope, still died. More monkeys! Yeah, I guess somebody should have Bufu so I can get access to more of those, access to like Mazeo combos more easily. Last Sonic Zone, Shock Bomb. I only have 1 more Shock Bomb, but I guess if there's any time to use it. Okay, nice. We've got a frightened enemy and a shocked enemy. Not a stunned enemy, a shocked enemy. They're different things. Actually, does Devil Feast work on shocked enemies? No, does not, apparently. But Feed Frenzy sure does. Okay, good, no stomach ache. And 4 monkeys! Yeah, this is where I really wish I had my Zeo. Oh, at least I got the, shock there. Also, yeah, Gale's crit animation. They don't have a lot of health, at least. I guess I could try Dormina. Oh, they're weak to it, okay. Now, this is not guaranteed, but it is a lot more likely. I guess Shockwave. Oh, wow, Gale's HP is really low. That's probably because I was using a lot of those physical attacks. I can try Dormina again. Though enemies roll for waking up at the start of their turn, so it's possible that... Well, Gale's down. It's possible they will wake up before we get a chance to, like, do this. Oh, right, Surf is on a mastered mantra, isn't he? Pretty sure he is. So now let's actually use those revival items. Let's get you back up. I love Gale's revival animation. He just, like, goes like, flip. Just sort of just, like, flips back up. Okay, you're still asleep. And you're no longer asleep. Okay. Yeah. Maybe it rolls at the start of, like, either turn. It's weird because I know I've encountered situations in the Super Boss where somebody wakes up before the enemy takes their turn, and then, oh yeah, no, it would be the start of the enemy turn if that thing woke up and then we got our turn. Yeah, because it's a thing, like, it's again, more Super Boss memories. It's like, oh yeah, I just had to wake up right as they took their turn, and then, yeah, you want to be asleep at the start of his turn for reasons. But let's just heal back up again. We should be nearing the end of this. Oh, they have Death Spray. Thankfully, that didn't curse me. Oh, I had a feeling that would be a crit. I don't know why. I was just like, it's weird. Like, I don't know, you play RPGs long enough, and you get this weird sixth sense about when things are going to crit you. It's like, yeah, that's a critical, isn't it? I don't know if it's just like a slight pause in the animation, but this happens to me when I play Fire Emblem as well. I'm just like, oh, that's going to crit, isn't it? And then, yep, it crits. You really don't want to be devoured, but at least that makes logical sense. Oh boy, that's going to hurt. Yeah, power charge plus multi-hit attacks equals pain most of the time. See also Persona and Hustle Tobi. Now we're on the receiving end of that. Yeah, it's because the 2.5 times damage multiplier applies to every individual hit of the attack. I don't know if I've explicitly mentioned this, but it should go without saying. Hunt skills are buffed by power charge. Yeah, you did Nullfire. Forgot about that for a moment. There we go, down. Okay, getting a little closer to having Evil Spirit mastered. Also, Argilla is playing a roguelike, or a roguelite. Sometimes it's, the terms are, I don't know. I think a roguelike is where everything resets on death, and a roguelite is where some things carry over. I almost wonder if this kind of gameplay would actually be kind of suitable for a... At the same time, though, I do think way too many things are trying to cash in on roguelikes right now. It's like everything wants to have a roguelike mode at this point. Oh, that is a lot of skeletons. And that's a lot of monkeys. Oh, Sukukaja can be dangerous. Haven't really got into, like, the full, like, you know... It should be pretty self-evident at this point, because, like, missing cost you press turns. But, yeah, in SMT games, Sukukaja is very strong. In particular, I've always felt that Sukukaja is, one of the better skills in Nocturne. If you're having trouble with Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne, I highly recommend getting, like, accuracy buffs and debuffs as soon as possible. Because they are pretty much a solid choice in any fight. Because no matter what the enemy is, if they miss you, they're losing turns, and that is always a good thing to have on your side. Also, in SMT, I just kind of feel like getting 2 Vitality this level. In SMT, basically, evasion is pretty much the main answer to Almighty skills, since you can't, like, resist or nullify them. But if you spam, like, that's why I never really found Mott was that difficult, because if you spam enough Sukukajas and Sukundas, it can't hit you with its Mega Dolon, so you don't need to worry about it getting a bajillion turns, because it will just miss you all the time. But yeah, I'm just activating that, because that also gives me access to the easy heal point. In fact, I believe the teleportation... Oh, wait, no, teleportation wouldn't have worked here anyway, because they've locked the other side of the main terminal's gate. And yeah, like, we spent almost all our mana, and we were back up to almost 30,000, so we are starting to get a lot more Maka right now. But okay, we maxed Fire Leader, so now we can go into Fire Lord, or Ice Leader, or other elements, or... There's a lot I could potentially do. I've got other people specializing in ailments and buffs, though. I think I'll actually go for Ice Leader. It's a little boring, but he needs more ice skills. And I want to save a bit of Maka because Heat's actually coming back soon. And that means I'll need to buy a new mantra for him. Okay, so we have saved, we're able to go through Gate 5, which will lead us back to where the start is. I mean, I can do this. Okay, I actually missed one of them. Okay, is that going to be enough to get me? Probably not quite. I think I actually want to just do some... Yeah. I'll do a few more fights until I get Evil Spirit mastered. Just 'cause I'm so close to a terminal. Buffer's getting ambushes is always annoying. Yeah, that's why. Oh, 2 stacks of Tsukukasha. You know what, in fact, 3 stacks. Okay, I haven't even actually talked about this before. I mean, it should be self-evident at this point. Also, Void Poison? That's really strange. I've never really seen that before. But, okay, so, it should be self-evident at this point. But, buffs and debuffs, unlike in Persona, they stack in mainline Shin Megami Tensei. In this game, they stack up to 4 stages. So, having this many stacks of Tsukukasha, it honestly kind of sucks, and I kind of want to just run. It's just going to take way too long to kill those things, so I'll just keep losing my press turns. But yeah, so buffs and debuffs each stack up to 4 stages. And also, yeah, there are no Ma versions of buffs in this game, so no Ma Tarukaja, etc. Every buff and debuff hits the entire field by default. Which they did change in Shin Megami Tensei 5, and a lot of people were a bit annoyed about that. I don't think it's that bad. Like, I think it's fine, honestly. I knew that was a stomach ache because there was a pause there. I'm gonna leave the stomach ache for now, though. Oh, not again. I don't think we have to deal with an... Oh, yeah, and also stomach ache can stun you. I don't think we have to deal with an enemy that's this annoying with buffs for a while after this. These are probably the worst about it for a long time. Is that enough? It was! Okay, we got Evil Spirit. That means we have Mamoru, Stone Gaze, and Curse, and Death Resist. Death Resist is kind of nice to have as an insurance against Mudo skills, but his skill set is very crowded as it is. Though right now I don't really need Void Death. So I think I'll put Death Resist over Void Death. Death Resist is, by the way, a skill that you really want for the Super Boss too. So that's one of the key mantras that you need to master on everybody for that fight. Not Null Death, because you're not allowed immunities, but you are allowed Death Resist in that fight, and it's basically essential. So from that we can go to, yep, that's way too much marker, but that will be Muda On and Blood Curse, and then one more, and then Debilitate, but gonna be a little while. So for now I think... either you start on that, or someone needs to go into ice. I kind of want Agila to go into ice, though. Yeah, I'm just gonna be boring and go for Bolt Spirit on you, which is gonna max out very fast, given that we're in, like, the mid-game now. So it's just a straight shot to the exit, right? Maybe not. But I do believe you're still able to reach the, this is just gonna instantly die, isn't it? Yep, because Agilao and Fire Boost is ridiculous. But I do believe, yeah, you can see the guy right there. I believe you are able to access the vendor first. Actually got through confusion that time. Devour? Okay, good. Now, I don't think confusion persists after battle. It does not. Good, yeah, I was right about that. Some ailments don't. Oh, I'm on decreasing! Yeah, I have some cells to sell, and I am, like, at the worst possible time to do that. But yeah, I'm pretty sure if you go up here, yeah, you can unlock this door from the other side and use this save point and also heal. So probably want to do that. Because what's coming up isn't like that bad, but it is a mini boss, so you probably should save just to be safe. Also, don't unequip your Devour skills here. This mini boss can be devoured. And I may want to set Taunt for this, but Taunt could also backfire very badly. So you have Feed Frenzy, you are... Actually, Tarukaja may be useful here. Don't think Dormant will work. Don't think Harm will work either, so I'll take those two. But yeah, Earth Boost as well are pretty useful. Yeah, I've noticed that like they do want to make sure that you're using Earth skills, because there are quite a few things in this game that are weak to Earth. And having a lot of my support skills on the Earth user is a bit of a problem, because it means that she has the choice of either buffing and debuffing or hitting the weakness per turn. But guess what this guy turns into? Artavaka, a pretty late game Persona in the Persona series. Evil Artavaka, not just any Artavaka. Okay, Taunting. Again, Taunting could be really bad. I should also mention, if you have 2 debuffs across party members, like someone has 1 debuff and another person has another debuff, you can use, I believe, actually I need to get this straight because I could be saying the wrong thing. It's a combo skill, yeah. 2 buffs is Dekunda on the enemy, and 2 debuffs is Dekaja. No, Dekunda on you. 2 debuffs is Dekaja on the enemy. So, if I had another debuff skill, I could Dekaja away the taunt, like, attack buff, which might be a useful thing to have. For now, I guess we'll just, actually, no, let's just stop, and let's have you Terra. Because that is your weakness. Okay, thankfully you don't Nullfire. But yeah, this is one fight where in a speed run, you kind of want to be careful because, you don't want to get a stomachache in this. Stun wave. Okay, that's not actually that bad. But yeah, a lot of mini-bosses don't resist, fire, so Surf with Fire Boost is going to be doing a lot of damage, and, I forget if that's going to lower your magic accuracy or not. So just in case, I'm going to use one of those disc stuns. Because it is magic that mainly affects magic accuracy, but still. Just want to be certain that I'm getting the Terror here. Okay, not going to kill. It has a lot of health. Oh, Executioner is really bad when it does, when it's, when it is attack buffed. So, yeah, Taunt can often be a double-edged sword, but here I'm hoping it's going to work decently well. I'm just going to use the Revival Gem. It's funny how you bite into the item to use it, and it has Mind Charged. I forget what it does when it Mind Charges, so this could be bad. I thought it'd be down to red soon, though. Miragion, okay. That's with Mind Charge? Really? Okay. Yeah, your basic attack is way more dangerous. Okay. So, combo Medea. I'm getting close to the point where I probably need to use non-combo Medea soon. Terra. Okay. Thankfully, Cirque didn't die to that. Limit reached. I guess it's already mind charged. I guess that's... Because I know that it says that if you've gone to the maximum stack of buffs or debuffs, but I forgot that that's what it said if you try and mind charge when you're already mind charged. In Persona, you're simply not allowed to do that. Like, it just won't let you use the... Actually, hang on a minute. I believe it doesn't let you do that either. I remember I was fighting the super boss in this. I know I keep talking about super boss stories, and I tried using power charge when I was already power charged, and it said I couldn't do that. Anyway, it's weird. Okay, so I'm kind of hoping I get the Devour here. Nope. Okay, then. It's hard to know exactly how low it is. Oh, that was a crit Devour. Huh. Oh, you have Terror. Forgot you had Terror. But that might just straight up kill it. It's hard to tell. Do I dare? I dare. Another Taunt and Feed Frenzy. No! Oh, that's bad. Wait, hang on. I don't have Close Call, do I? Oh, I have the second tier version of this. Yeah, so any Repel Shield gives you the second tier version of the elemental shots, but it's the person who's firing who determines the element of the shot. I am confused. I don't know. There's no way I have Close Call, right? That's really strange. I don't know how that happens. Oh, my health is too low to use Feed Frenzy. So, okay then. I guess maybe I'm just not getting the... I just kind of want to get the Devour, though, because this is one of the few mini-bosses that can be devoured. So I guess just Grave Ration yourself. Huh, yeah, it's a thing that happens, okay. This is just, it's everything's all weird right now. I'm gonna combo Medea, though. Just to heal. Oh yeah, Gale's gun's an assault rifle, by the way. Yeah, in the speedrun, you have to very carefully manage your health here, manage the enemy's health here, just to make sure that you get, like, that you actually get the Devour. Oh, right, you can't Devour anyway, because I'm dumb. I thought that you were able to use Feed Frenzy, but I'm stupid, okay. I can try for this, and then I can potentially also... There we go, we got him! If I did all that, and I got a stomachache, that would really suck. But yeah, he's worth quite a lot of AP if you get a Devour. And that clears out the Maribel Base on the second time. So if we want to fight these enemies again, except for the Aravaka, you can go back here and do that. They will be the random encounters in this base for the rest of the entire game. So yeah, we technically killed Junana, and we still don't even own this place. Meanwhile, Heat is still missing. And now everyone is angsting. And people are going weird with the whole demon transformation thing. So yeah, a lot of bad stuff all around. Yeah, that was an awkward fight, but I really wanted to get the Devour just to show that it's possible. I believe in a speedrun like that right there is pretty much the last time you ever risk a major stomachache in the run. I'm gonna go around to these other places to check if there's any different dialogue. Are you? Wow, really? You Kapura Gabored me. I forgot about this dialogue. Yeah, I love that. I love how he's talking about how we shouldn't waste our time, and yet he gives one of the most overly verbose monologues in the entire game so far. Strategically, there is no reason to be here. Logically, we shouldn't be wasting our time. So it makes sense for us to head back to base and not waste time talking. The reason why I'm talking to people at other places, I remember there being a really funny line of dialogue from a generic tribe member at one of the bases that was completely optional. Well, yeah, that normally makes sense, except, oh no, the tutorial guy's been attacked. Wait, again? Tired of dying? That's weird. Huh. Yeah, there's definitely something strange going on about people's memories in the junkyard and all that. But yep, we have already failed. Thankfully, Argilla, our resident healer, is healing somebody there. Did they attack the blue wall guy? Because that would really suck. He's not even here. Maybe he's dead. Guess nobody to give you tutorial on the walls now if you haven't got that yet. I'm already up to half, though. I do need to remember. I do need to sell the stuff. On that note, yeah, I'm actually going to go ahead, and even though this is a horrible tragedy, I'm going to spin in circles just to sell my items. Thankfully, there are no random encounters in here. It would have honestly been interesting if there were, though. I always like moments in games where your home base becomes no longer safe. Silent Hill 4 does that really effectively at about halfway through the game. Yeah, Quantum Cell is worth a lot. So back up to basically 50k marker. Is that enough for the next cell bonus? I want to guess not, but I could be wrong. It was not. Okay, I was right. But now it is time for plots. And you can see bullet holes all around the walls here. Also blood. And more bullet holes. It appears they also destroyed our hologram.
Why the hell couldn't you protect one girl? Huh?
I'm sorry.
Why are you so concerned with Sarah? You do not know, do you?
I'll kill you.
That's enough.
It is not just heat. You have all changed since Sarah arrived. You may be confused, but do not blame Cielo.
Cute little speech. But what about you, huh?
I have not changed. I am myself. The solution lies in Sarah's lost memories. Instead of simply lashing out, let us think. Where is Sarah? They allowed you to live in order to give us that information. Where is she?
The northern ruins at coordinate 136.
Heat!
He cannot succeed alone. We should follow.
I want to come along too. I gotta redeem myself for all this.
You should rest here. You won't be much help if you're hurt.
And in the midst of all of that angst and depression, Cielo awakened to his emotions and suddenly became incredibly Jamaican. This is one of the more weirder aspects of this game. Cielo, now that Cielo has his personality back, he's suddenly remembered that he's Jamaican and now has an insanely over-the-top Jamaican accent. I don't know how he sounded in the Japanese version, but I do think him, like, being Jamaican is actually a plot point. So, yeah, that's something. And you know what? On that completely bizarre note, that's as good a place as any to end this episode. So, I will see you next time for maybe more randomly Jamaican Cielo.